Welcome back to the It's Just Sport podcast pay-per review. I'm Joanna Reardon.
I'm Niamh, and we're ready to bring you all the latest in women's sports news today.
It's very exciting, but first of all, Niamh, I think we've got an order of business to take care of because rumor has it on the Twitter and digital business sphere that you're actually getting more awards than I am, which is, do I have to file a complaint with HR? What am I doing wrong, guys? But Niamh, congratulations, you're a Digital Business Ireland Award winner. Tell us all about it. What did you do? Did you pop some champagne in the 5K?
No, it was brilliant. Champagne, a little bit of champagne, bit of celebration. But yeah, it was brilliant to be recognised by Digital Business Ireland and get the award for women in digital. So it's just a credit to all the work that we've been doing. While I might have received the award, it's certainly not just me that has managed to get us there. Like, there's been so much work has gone into Horseboard in the last year, and we're very excited to see what 2021 brings. So, certainly we're pushing the boundaries. On our site, on the social channels, now with podcasts. So it's very exciting. And I know we have some big plans for the podcast this year. And then also we did our collaboration in the Irish Times. So if anybody hasn't read our interview yet, head over. So Joanne had the pleasure of interviewing me as if we don't talk enough. And we had the interview in the Irish Times. So it's brilliant, to get Horseboard out there more, get some more exposure and really talk about what we're doing. So other than that, we had our push for 5,000 on Twitter and we have achieved it. So we're actually heading towards 5.2 thousand now. And just the growth on social and everything in the past few weeks, really. I know we're constantly growing, but just we've definitely hit some of those targets that have been kind of sitting there for a while. So 5,000 on Twitter, it's certainly not as impressive as some other Twitter accounts that are out there, but we're certainly getting there, and we'll be striving for that 10,000 next. But
no, it's very exciting, Niamh. I'm so buzzed for you. Like, as much as I like to joke that you're taking my awards and my glam time and everything off me, no, it's a true delight to see you grow as a business. True delight to collaborate with you on this wonderful podcast that we're having such good crack with. And it'll be very exciting to see what happens with Horseboard. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm sure hopefully we'll pick up some awards together along the way and see what happens.
Best podcast, guys. That's what we're aiming for. Don't know what category, but we'll do it.
So I guess we better get to the news. So with Camogie this week, the 2020 AllStar Awards saw Kilkenny dominate the selections. There were 6 Kilkenny players named in the All-Star team, with Denise Gall, who was also a Horseboard Athlete of the Year nominee. She won the Senior Players Player of the Year. Niamh Mallon of Down received the Intermediate Award, while Armagh's Ciara Donnelly scooped up the Junior honour. All the players of the year winners are voted by their peers through the WGPA, so it's certainly something I guess that they'll treasure a lot, and I'm very exciting to get those credits.
In golf news, we have Cavan's Leona Maguire, who finished tied for 6th at the latest LPGA Tour event in Florida. 2 birdie putts in the final 2 holes saw her move to 5 under for the tournament. It's been a strong start for the Cavan native to the LPGA Tour, as she also finished tied for 16th. Last week at another event. It is obviously hugely important for her in terms of the Solheim Cup, but more importantly for Olympic qualification for the former amateur world number 1. She have gained more points in the rankings, and for context, the top 75 women in the world rankings by the 28th of June will book their official ticket to Tokyo.
Yes, that's very exciting, and I know we're all gearing up towards Tokyo. And in athletics, there was a lot of point acquisition, I suppose, at the weekend, as well as the European Indoors got underway. So we saw Phil Healy qualify for the final, which is really exciting. She had been a semi-finalist in 2019. So she managed to bag herself a 4th place, setting a personal best of 51.94, and gets really close to the all-time record set by Karen Shinkins back in 2008 of 51.58. So she's really getting there. We're seeing improvements all the time. It was a great weekend of racing for her. There was 3 rounds to go through, and like what stood out for me over the weekend was all the tactical decisions that were made in the European athletics. There was a lot of will I move now, or people getting boxed in. There was a lot of pushing and shoving going on. In the 800 meters, we saw Nadia Power progress through to the semi-final. She really did all that she could to get through to that final, but unfortunately just missed out. She she made all the tactical right decisions from her perspective. But definitely it's that last 100 meters. I think she just didn't have it in her anymore. So I think there'd be a bit of work done there. And as a young athlete, like there's so much more to come. So it's great for her to get the experience, particularly as she looks forward to Tokyo, because this championship racing and the difference in relation to what she was doing before, it'll really stand to her as she progresses to other championship competitions, where it's not, just about running fast times. It's really about making sure that you're in the position to qualify for the next round, because if you don't manage to get to the final, you can't get a medal at that stage. So I think we saw that Chief Claire Butner had the third quickest seed time in the 800 and Nadia had the fifth, but that doesn't mean anything if you can't get there in the first place. So I think there's a lot of pressure sometimes that we put on Irish athletes, like based off times, but you have to learn that tactics and real race know-how to make sure that you're getting there, to even get into the final. Sarah Lavin has been absolutely on fire, as we know, for the past few weeks. She's really been delivering. So she ran another personal best in a time of 8:06 in the heats, and this managed to get her a position in the semi-final where she ran 8:07. So she was really down around those times again, like really improving the times consistently. I think it would be definitely something that she's happy with, progressing to the semi-finals. And she's broken her personal best 4 times in recent weeks, so she's really doing great things. She's getting closer and closer to Derval O'Rourke. That's the only person that's run quicker than her at the moment. And Derval was commentating on RT, so I'm sure she'll be watching her and wishing Sarah the best as she progresses in her career. Kieran Eva had a run in the 60 metres. She got through her round. Molly Scott and Joan Healy were also competing in that and were lucky not to get through. Scott was quite close. I think she was in a fast heat, and didn't manage to make it through that round. And Joan Healy's just back off injury and would be glad to get that racing under her belt. Certainly a good performance. Not close, not far from her PB, but not close to her PB. She's running, but it wasn't to be on that day to get through that round. But Kieran Eva picked it up. She's really like it's mad how quick the 60 meters are over. It's you're talking 7.3, 7.4 seconds and everything has happened. But she really had some strong finishes in the races that she was in, and she bowed out at the semi-final round. But yeah, it's really been consistent in athletics from the results perspective. It's brilliant to have somebody in the final, to see Phil really take that step up, and it's something that will stand to her. I think the others are getting great race experience, and as we move towards Tokyo, this competition it's an important competition, but certainly for some athletes, they're really looking forward towards the summer and what they're going to do outdoors. So we look forward to seeing what is to come, because particularly with all these fast times, we know there's a lot more in the tank, and we can expect outdoor personal bests and potentially some outdoor records as well.
Yeah, that sounds good. So over to soccer and Women's National League. Last year's runners-up Shelburne continue to strengthen their squad after announcing the signing of defender Rachel Baines and Chloe Mustaki. After already announcing the signing of Cork City striker Saoirse Noonan, the Reds have bolstered their options at the back with 2 experienced defenders. It's obviously going to be unreal to see Chloe back in action. She's had an incredibly difficult 12 months. She was out with her ACL. She ruptured her ACL. She still has aspirations of getting her first senior Irish cap, and I think, moving to Shells, it's very possible that she can possibly do it. Shells are absolutely incredible. Myself and another girl, we were only talking about recently how stacked the Women's National League is in Dublin, like the amount of teams that you can possibly go and see, from DLR Waves to Shells to Bowes now, to I think Shamrock Rovers have an underage team, to obviously Peas as well. So it's just absolutely unbelievable to see. So we have all fingers crossed. Obviously, I'm gonna continue root for my gals down in Cork City. I can't leave them behind. But yeah, no, it should be really, really good. And looking forward to the Women's National League season kickoff. It's literally less than a month away, and all the games will be broadcast live on the Watch League of Ireland Experience website online, and it's free. So go check that out if you can.
Yeah, it's certainly going to be exciting when that all kicks off and we're getting more sports story screens, which people are definitely craving at the moment. Like, I think the attention that the micro meet got in athletics, and then obviously the Europeans got was huge, and people just want something to watch. But in relation to Chloe Mustaki, it's great to see her back in action, and we have an interview with her on hersport.ie, so if you head over and read it, it's a great interview. It gives really good insight into her career, and it's not all glamour in sport. There's lots of trials and tribulations that you have to overcome, and she certainly had that. So we're hoping to see her get her first cap this year. And it's certainly an interview to check out and learn more about her. In relation to hockey, we're going to see some international hockey games on Irish soil for the first time since the Olympic qualifiers in November 2019. It was announced that Ireland will play Great Britain in a 3-time series this weekend. The matches will be on Saturday, Sunday, and then next week's Tuesday, which will be an important preparation ahead of a busy summer, which includes the Euro Hockey Championships and the Tokyo Olympics. Ireland are the current World Cup silver medalists, and Great Britain are the current Olympic champions, so it'll be a great test. They'll be certainly trying to learn more about each other. It'll be a great competition, and we're really excited to see the Irish girls back in action. But that's pretty much what we have in lines of sports news today. I think it was great to be at International Women's Day on Monday. How did you celebrate your International Women's Day? I believe you were very, very busy.
I completed my record of doing 8 events in literally you could say 12 hours. So I was exhausted by the end of it. But now overall, it was a really good day. I think it was really good conversations had with so many organizations. And just, I'm going to give myself a hashtag shout out here, but the FAI Women's National League book 10 Years On is also available for free online if anyone is interested in that. I sat down with DLR Waves goalkeeper Eve Badana. She basically talked to me about identity. She talked to me about being a goalkeeper, juggling her law career as well as her training and everything kind of in between, and her aspirations of getting another Irish cap, despite the fact that she is Canadian, Filipino, and Irish as well. So she's honestly one of the nicest people I've ever interviewed. She was so nice, so polite. And then afterwards, she sent me a message. She was like, "You made me sound so interesting," and I'm like, "I can only work with what I have. You made it interesting, But no, there are some unbelievable stories there. They have the story of Kylie Murphy. I was laughing because on Twitter someone responded to her going 10 more years, and I think poor Kylie is just I want to leave me alone, please. But no, overall it was a really, really good thing. It highlighted really how much the league has grown. I think we can all agree that the league still has a good bit to go, but I think it's nice to have a competitive homegrown league for the girls to participate in order to push international spots, and as well to see what the girls abroad are up to as well. So if you're interested in checking that out, you can do so. You don't necessarily have to read my story. There's loads of other really interesting stories in there. I mentioned Kylie Murphy. There's a story on Anya O'Gorman. There's a couple of stories about the history of the league. There's loads of stuff to get your teeth into if you're interested. But yeah, how did the gals and crew and guys in Horseboard celebrate your International Women's Day? Did you have a blast?
Yeah, no, look, it's great. Obviously, every day for us really is International Women's Day. We're always writing about women in sport. So I guess that's, it's great that there's more people looking out for it on that specific day. And I think it was great that we really connected with a few more people out there and that are now kind of aware of what we're doing. But what we decided yesterday was that we're going to kick off from International Day till the end of March. We're going to highlight a female athlete every day because we want people to become more familiar with the different female athletes that are in Ireland. So that's something that we're going to be doing just to really give people exposure. And it's okay if you can't name that many female Irish athletes right now, but maybe take this opportunity to learn more about them and get familiar with them. And they're current athletes, and start investing in their career and really get to know them. So that's something that we're doing. We have launched posts on our social channels that really highlight some of the interesting statistics. So that 6% of the media coverage goes to women in sport, and then different ways in how you can help, which we spoke about obviously before. So the free ways that you can help, get the Hersport message as far and wide as you possibly can, and then if you want to contribute from a financial perspective, that's great too. But if you share the post, you'll be in a chance to win a t-shirt. So we'll be giving a Hersport t-shirts away every week. So definitely go and check that post out. You'll learn loads, and keep an eye out for the highlighting of the different sports women as we go forward this month. But that's pretty much what we did, and it's exciting to get that because we really want to give as much exposure as we possibly can. But I think that's all that there is in sports news this week. We'll certainly be looking forward to
I was just
next
going to
week.
say, Niamh, for our audio listeners, it's just taken my attention there that first of all, you're looking lovely, but you have kind of accidentally memed yourself. I've just noticed with a turtleneck and a necklace. Do not get
Great. Just another poor unfortunate person to meme themselves. It's a
you know,
regular
I'm just
occurrence.
I just gotta, I meet myself kind of quite a bit in different nonsensical stuff that I do, but it's just whatever way I was looking at you. And for everyone kind of on the record, I was listening to what she was saying, but it totally caught me by surprise. I was like, is she looking like the Rock at the minute? I really like this vibe she's got going on. Listen, Niamh, you can be my
Thanks.
Rock. That's fine.
I think everybody, that always happens to people where they end up wearing a polo neck and then they have a necklace on. Everyone's like, oh my God, you look like the Rock. But sure, look, if we can get his attention, that's great. We'll tag him in today's post. And sure, look, we know that he's very supportive of women. He's got a young daughter that he's always introducing to the public and that type of thing. So we'll
Let's get
tag
him
him.
on the pod.
Maybe he'll be interested in our podcast. But I think that's all we have today. Anyway, now that
Maybe.
I'm going to think about the fact that I look like the Rock today, but I think in sports news that's all we have. But yeah, that's pretty much it. We look forward to what happens this weekend, and we'll be bringing you the latest in sport next week. So I guess we need to let you know our social media channels. If you haven't liked or followed or subscribed or whatever it is, we would love to hear from you. And if there's anybody you want us to talk to or anything that we missed, please let us know. On social media, connect with us on Twitter at hersport.ie and at Joanne O or _OX. And on Instagram, connect with us at hersport.ie and at Joanne O or. We are very excited to hear what you have to say. And look, we just want to hear from you because this podcast is for you. So yeah, let us know what you think.
Yes, exactly. As we've said, if you want to follow us on social, you've got the handles there. Don't forget to check out our other podcasts on YouTube, on Spotify, and wherever you get your podcasts. And let us know what you think. Let us know who you want on. We will be back on Friday with another interview with yet another elite Irish athlete. And looking forward to announcing that in due course and putting on our interview. If you want to listen to our interview last week with Orla Farmer, Cork Ladies footballer and current PhD obtainee in her Gaelic for Girls study program, you can listen in on that. We went very deep in learning about management, training young girls and different things like that. If you're a parent or a coach or an aspirational player yourself, definitely tune in and listen to that. But Niamh, that's all we've got time for. Looking forward to talking to you again and see you soon. Cheerio.
See you later.